All right, welcome back. Nick Bontis, also welcome back from your March break. Hope you had a good time off, and you're here, of course, to fill us in on what's going on economically these days. Of course, right now, gas prices, we're hearing tonight, going up almost another 5 cents a liter. You've called for $1.50, so this comes as not much of a surprise to you, but are you worried about it?
I am worried because nobody wants higher gas prices. And nobody wants higher gas prices when they're not necessarily justified. I mean, nothing's really happened recently. Nothing really happened today. I know we're hitting kind of some highs when it comes to oil, but, you know, nothing really broke out in Libya. There was no oil refinery that blew up anywhere around the world. So you can't actually isolate a specific event that caused the gas prices to go up. But, Nick, I have a theory. My theory is that it's Friday, and it's going to be sunny this weekend, and we don't think there's going to be any more snow, which means some of us might have cars that we don't drive in the winter. We're going to take them out. Some of us have boats. We're going to take them out. Some of us have motorcycles. We're going to take them out, which means more vehicles on the road, which means higher gas prices, which means more revenue. So I'm being a little bit pessimistic here.
Yeah, that's not too good. Plus, we got the summer driving season coming, and you think the prices are going to go even higher then. So that's a little bit of a...
The only advice I can give is HamiltonGasPrices.com. Log on and get your gas tank filled tonight.
Right, yeah, definitely fill up tonight. All right, let's talk about the province's debt right now. Ontario's finance minister came out this week, said we're looking at a debt right now of about $241 billion, with ballooning up to about $307 in the coming years. Are you worried about the significant debt the province is taking on?
Absolutely. I think this is terrible news because, first of all, it's going in the wrong direction. It's going up. Second of all, the magnitude is huge. You go from $200 billion to $300 billion. That's a 50% increase. You know, where do you hear about 50% increases nowadays? And the other thing we have to remember, that provincial has to be added to the federal. So when you add up both of those debts and deficits together, you're looking at major household challenges here. You know, the average household's making $40,000. If you got $50,000 or $60,000 in debt or deficit, that is a formula that's not going to work in the long haul. The other thing that really bothers me about this report is they talk about a prediction that things are going to balance out or break even in the year 2018 or thereabouts. Last time I checked my watch, it's 2011. I don't know what I'm going to do on Monday, let alone what's going to happen for the next 7 years.
Yeah, it's hard to predict. You never know when another 9/11, those kind of things.
That's
those things
right.
can shock economies completely. The one thing Dwight Duncan said, he points out that other governments, even the federal government, are in similar situations. That's a bit of a defense they're using. Are you buying that?
So this is what we call relative versus absolute argument. The relative argument says that, you know what, Ontario and Canada is not doing too bad compared against the G8 or compared against Greece or Spain or Ireland. But that's a relative comparison. What I talked about was the absolute values of debt per capita, and that's the real story here. So don't let the politicians use the numbers that make their stories look good.
It's interesting because Dwight Duncan really took issue when I brought that up with him this week about the numbers and where they're going. Do you think our province's financial reputation is at risk with our debt now?
I don't think it will be in terms of the bond rating agencies because they're also looking at the relative choices of investment. So if you're looking at Ontario versus the U.S., let's say, for example, or Greece or other countries, he's right, we aren't doing too bad. But as a citizen of Ontario and Canada, I don't necessarily care about the relative position versus other countries. I just care about the absolute number of debt that we're swallowing. All
right, thanks for the insight. Nick Bontis back from March break. We'll be talking to you every Friday, of course. That's Nick Bontis with Bontis on Business.